is going to help with holding your lure, your baits, that up. Now, like I said, I modify a little bit. What I do, oh, we never grabbed that driver. Can you grab me your driver? Hold on 1 second. Quick intermission.
I'm already done with the live.
We can use it. I mean, it's going to be...
The driver?
Yeah, until she gets back. All right, so my driver is not this big. And my driver is really, really lightweight. All right, a lot of you guys probably have real heavy drivers, maybe Tom Stalker drivers, things along those lines. They're wonderfully well made. They are wonderful tools. I am not swinging. Do you want a bent one or a straight one? We'll go with that. Okay. Okay. So I'm not swinging a 5-pound hammer like a lot of you guys are. I can't. For as many traps as we put in the ground, my arm would be tired after like 10 seconds. It ain't happening. This is a 2-pound hammer.
I have a 2-pound hammer.
Is that heavy?
No.
Think you can swing it? Yeah?
I can do it.
How many of you, you'll use your dad's hammer and you're like swinging, and after a little while you're like, Dad, can you take over? Yeah? Exactly. Same way. My husband's hammer, way too heavy. And all the weight is at the top of it. So when I swing back, I fall back. I can't do that. So I use a lighter hammer. Now, like I said, I kind of modify his set a little bit to get their feet moving. So you've got that, your pipe out here, and I'm going to make a small little triangle basically. And these are just little punch holes. Same over here. Okay? My bait, I'm going to use some kind of food bait. Alright? I use Final Step normally the time. I get a really good price. I know the owner. So that's what I use. But some kind of food base is what I put right here. After that, I'm going to take Curiosity Lure. I'm going to stick that over here. I'm going to use some kind of gland. I'm going to stick that over there. All right? This gets their feet moving. So when your dad's like, oh, we're going to set right over here, and he knows the exact spot, and he's got right on, and he's got those catches first night, because all your dads are amazing, right? No. And they all got that first catch first night. No. So this helps me get those catches. Because they come up here, and they smell it, and they move around. So the chances of them hitting my pan are a lot easier. All right? I use a cookie cutter. This is the heaviest thing in my bag. And quite honestly, if it was up to me, it would not be this heavy, but I don't make them, so it's this heavy.
A cookie cutter.
It's a cookie cutter. How many of you, your dads, they use maybe the back of their hammer and they dig a trap bed that way? Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. I'm not that good. I can't do that. Whenever I dig that trap bed, I start out with a hole that's this big and I end up with a hole that's this big, and then I'm trying to fill it all in. Okay? You can find cookie cutters online. I had this specially made, but you can find cookie cutters online. There's a lot of guys that sell them, I think, pretty much for almost any trap that you're using that are out there now. Okay? Makes it a lot easier for me. I can pound this right in the ground. If I'm not in Nebraska, so I can pound it in the ground.
It's so loud it made your bait fall over.
Okay? And then I can just pull it right up. And here, your ground is not as wet as mine is. So you might have to dig it up a little bit. But you now have a nice little outline of what where you need to set your trap. And it's not going to be huge. All right? Makes it so much easier. And a lot more fun. All right. So, we would drive that down in, and we'd set our trap here. All right? So we're going to pretend that we're driving it in, because I'm not going to be able to get it back out if I do. So, I'm going to set my trap. Maybe.
I can set that.
No, I got it. But then, see? Sometimes you need to use that extra hand. All right. So I'm going to set that trap right in there. And my cookie cutter doesn't have the little dogs with the little ears coming out, so I've got to make your holes for your levers. And that way you can set it right in there. And it beds a lot flatter, a lot easier. You're not wiggling around. Now, how many of you cover your trap with dirt? Yeah? Do you use something like this? Wax paper? No? Do you use a...
We have, like, they have little round mesh things.
Okay.
On them.
Are they screens?
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Yeah?
Coffee.
Use coffee?
The
coffee?
like those things.
Right, but like the coffee covers, the
Filters.
filters, there you go. I don't drink coffee.
We put cotton under ours.
You put cotton underneath of it, the polyfill kind of thing? Yep, okay. So we don't do that. And I don't do it, it's just a lot more extra to carry. I use a screen. Now, remember when I said it rains a lot in New York and we get a lot of snow and everything like that?
Yeah.
Okay. So the reason that I use a screen, these are older screens, so I got a little of it, is that I'm going to put grass over top. What? Yeah, I'm going to put grass over top. So I'm going to take a pair of scissors. Sometimes I'll have a bag that's just full of grass. Whenever we're cutting the grass, the yard, we'll rake it all up, kind of lay it out, dry it out, those things. And I'll use some grass, okay? Now, I'll come over here.
Not right next to your set.
Why not? Why not?
Well, I mean, right where your trap is.
Why not? Why wouldn't you? So,
You're there.
yeah, you're already there. They know you're there. I'll take grass. It's right over next. Not a big deal. I've never, that I feel like, had any kind of issues because I was too close. So, we're going to take some more. Pull them up. And then I'm going to just cut this right over.
Do you have any special reason why you put your trap where you put it?
So, I personally set out farther than most people. And the reason for that is where I trap. We have a lot of trappers. Especially compared to where most of you in like Nebraska and everything trap. We have the 2 counties that I trap. We have over 1,000 trappers just in those 2 counties. Okay? So my animals are used to being trapped. This isn't anything new for them. Alright? You guys, your animals may not be used to being trapped, so you can set a little bit. I set pretty far back. Alright? I have noticed that my animals are a little more shy. that they kind of, and it took me a while to figure this out because I'd see tracks going right up to my set, and I'd be like, oh, it's there. I'd get up there and I'd be like, it's not there. It would stop back here instead of going in here. So I started setting back further, and my catch rate went up because I was catching those shyer fox, those shyer coyotes that maybe weren't coming in and weren't committing because they were used to being trapped. They were used to the different smells. They were used to people being out there. So I sit back a little bit, and like I said, I get their feet moving. So I'll have them either with a front foot or a back foot because their feet were moving with the different scents that are there. So I'll just cover up with grass, nice thin little layer. If your trap is not fully, like if you can come up here and you can see parts, if you're looking down in, it's fine. I wouldn't leave big chunks of your trap open, but I mean, if you can look down and you can see a little bit of your trap, that's okay. Not a big deal. So I sit back. What we've noticed with using the grass, and we even will use salt sometimes in the winter right around the outside, is that the screen and the grass allows all that moisture to fall down underneath your trap. So you're not having that big washout. Have you ever had that, like after a big hard rain, you come up to your trap and you can see half your pan cover and you've got the dirt all washed off to the side and everything? We don't seem to have those problems. So we've got the grass there, we've got it covered. And this is just a really easy set for me, personally. I'm not carrying wax dirt, I'm not carrying all the extra things. And everything fits nicely right in here. So that way, whenever I do come back and I've got an animal there, I have two hands to carry everything. So it makes it a little easier. Anybody have any questions?
No?
No? You gonna paint your traps now?
No.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
You scared?
No.
And I'll tell you, the coyotes, they don't care if your trap is pink. They still step in it.
I know.